guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's tea talk, I am drinking Taylor's of Harrogate's organic peppermint tea. Guys, this is probably the best, well, it's definitely in my opinion the best peppermint tea I've ever had. A lot of peppermint teas can get that kind of like tangy, bitter-ish sort of flavor if you maybe oversteep it or just leave it out sitting for too long. And this one just has such a smooth taste. I love it. I really recommend you try it, especially if you do like peppermint tea. Also really good for anxiety and digestive issues and respiratory issues. So it's really good. You need to try it. So I wanted to give you guys like a post-pageant slash life update. It's going to be a little rambly, but like when are my videos not rambly? Obviously, you guys know I won Miss New York back in April. So that by default, I was competing at Miss United States. So that was the past 2 weeks. I was down in Florida. We competed in Orlando, which was a lot of fun because I got to go to Disney, and I love Disney. So, by the way, I'm doing a haul on Wednesday, like a tea haul for like all the tea things that I got in Disney. You guys are gonna die. I got the cutest things in the world. That's why I've been sort of MIA from YouTube for about a month and a half, because I wanted to put all of my energy into the pageant, which I'm actually gonna get into, I guess, right now. We're gonna talk about post-pageant and life stuff. All right, so the pageant is over with. We're not even gonna talk about the pageant specifically, but like after the pageant. So the pageant is done. I kind of like had a little bit of a breakdown to Pat because I was like, I think that that potentially was my last Miss pageant. Like when I'm thinking about it, like I had like all these like plans in order of like, okay, this is what I'm going to compete in next, and this is what I'm going to do next, and blah blah blah, because I love competing. I love holding a title. I love holding my state title. This is ultimately the one that I wanted for like so long, hence why I competed like 5 million times for it. You know, I always want to keep going. I never wanted to pull myself out of it because it just kept me in check. But my life is sort of like taking a little bit of a different direction earlier than I had anticipated it would. So, you know, obviously I have Pat in my life now, and that was not expected. You know, like right before I met him, I didn't think I was going to meet anybody. So that was when I had that whole plan of the way that I was going to compete and all that kind of stuff. And obviously my priorities have changed so much since I met Pat, and you know, now in the direction that we're moving in, I have to sort of rearrange those plans around our relationship, which is fine. I'm totally okay with that because I love him, and I've literally never been happier in my whole life. But I didn't plan for that. So I walked off the stage and I'm like thinking, and I pulled Pat out. I asked him to meet me like in the hallway, like outside of our dressing room area. And I was like, I don't know, like that could have been my last Miss pageant. And I just cried and I cried and I cried. And like, I just didn't prepare for it to be my last one. And it was like it was so bittersweet because initially it was such like a shock reaction to me. I was like, I thought that I would like be way more mentally prepared, and like I would know immediately like, okay, yes, this is the last one I'm competing in, so let me enjoy every single second. Let me not think so much about the competition, and let me think about more just enjoying performing on stage and all of those kinds of things. But I didn't until afterwards, and after I got off stage, I was just like, wait, that might have been my last one. And I was like, whoa, hold on, slow down. So it brought so much to the surface, so many emotions to the surface. Like I became so uncertain immediately about just my whole life, because for so many years I competed for this title, and while I didn't necessarily prepare to lose, I didn't also like prepare to win. Like I didn't think ahead and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do after I'm done competing in the Miss division. You know, I figured I would think about that by the time I was maybe like 28 years old. That was like, I think my timeline I gave myself was like 28 years old, and I just turned 24 a few weeks ago. So that happened way sooner than I thought it was going to happen. And it was like very stressful in a sense, because thinking about like my career and thinking about where I place so much energy and investment and time and heart and all of that into is always into pageants. Always. Like, I mean, like I can, you know, I came off losing Miss New York last year and the year before, and immediately the next day I'm thinking about Miss New York the next year. But like now I don't need to do that because I already won. So it's like, okay, well now what do I think about? So in that sense, it's like a very uncertain feeling, but also kind of exciting because I haven't really given myself like personally April an opportunity to try things and, you know, delve into my adult life and whatever. So I think that that may have potentially been my last Miss one, depending on like where Pat and I take everything in our relationship, and that's just like, okay. So yeah, so that's all the uncertainty, but at the same time, the second we walked in the door when we got home, I felt like the craziest sense of relief. It was like the weight of the world just lifted off my shoulders, and I hadn't realized how stressed out I was until I wasn't stressed out anymore. A lot of the times when you have these titles, especially being like naturally being more introverted and to myself, it almost feels like you're leading like two separate lives. Like I have my life as April and then I have my life as Miss New York, and it's like they never totally meshed together. You know, if you know me personally, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And now I'm like so focused on April, and it feels really, really, really good. I'm just sort of letting go of all of that pressure. So I guess that's my life update. That was kind of boring, and I feel like I have way more in my head than I'm able to put into words right now. I don't know. For everyone asking, like I got a million messages like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Like guys, it's a pageant, I'm fine. Like it's not the end of the world. Nobody died. I'm just genuinely excited to like do things like get back into YouTube and think about Fashion Week. I'm excited about that this year, and I never am excited about that. I look like I have like those bat wing things right in here. I gotta like stretch that out. Anyway, yeah, I'm like excited about so many different things, and I just feel sort of like ready to better my personal life so much, and it's literally the most exciting, relieving feeling ever in the history of life. Sorry, I'm being really over dramatic right now. Story of my life. So yeah, that's pretty much that. My overall message here is I just want to tell you guys I am so happy and relieved and uncertain, but happy. Just so that way you guys all know that, because I know I got so many messages. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know if I'm competing again. I don't know if I'm not competing again. All I know is that I still am Miss New York, and I have a million things to do for that, and I'm just so excited about everything else in my life. So yeah, all right, I'm done with that rant. That was completely like pointless, but I just felt like I needed to make a video about it. So yeah, I'll be back on Wednesday with an awesome tea haul. It's not even like actual tea, it's tea accessories like teapots and stuff. You guys are gonna die when you see everything. Everything's so cute. I got everything in Disney. And I got like the best honey in the world, whatever. We'll talk about that stuff on Wednesday. So I will see you guys on Wednesday, and yeah, thanks for sticking around and being patient with me and my whacked out schedule. So yeah, all right, see you guys on Wednesday. Bye.